welcome to my channel. I will let you know about motion. The chapter number 1 is motion, and there is some point for grasping. The point 1 is motion. An object is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to surrounding. Let's take an example of cyclist. The cyclist is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to some building, some tree outside. Let's say at certain time the cyclist is here at point A, and at certain time the cyclist is at position B after some time. So we can say that the cyclist is changing its position, and with respect to surrounding, the surrounding is tree, building. So we can say that this is in motion. Alright, the next term is rest. When an object or a person doesn't changes its position with respect to surrounding, we can say that that body, that person, that object is in rest. For example, let's take the example of house. A house is at rest with respect to tree near it, or a man in the car. Let's say this is a car. A man in the car is at rest with respect to another man sitting beside him in the same car. And one more thing is, rest and motion are relative term. How we can say that rest and motion are relative term? It means that an object at rest can be in motion, or an object which is in motion can be at rest. For example, a man sitting in a moving car. Let's say some man is sitting here in this moving car is at rest with respect to another man sitting in the same car. But in another scenario, the same man is in motion with respect to some tree, some building outside. So we can say that the rest and motion are relative term. The next thing is scalar quantity and vector quantity. Scalar quantity are those quantity having magnitude only. Magnitude only. Here the magnitude means some numerical value. As I am including example, that is mass, volume, area. These quantities are scalar because these need only some numerical value for the whole description. There is no need of direction. Let's see. If I am going to market and I am purchasing something like sugar, so I am buying 10 kg of sugar. So I am not including that I am buying the sugar in east direction, in west direction. No, I am only saying 10 kg sugar. It means this is a scalar quantity. There is a need of magnitude only. The next term is vector quantity. Vector quantity means require both magnitude and direction. Let's say example is force. Let's consider some table is lying on the ground, and I have to push this table, means I have to apply some force. Alright, let's say I am applying 10 Newton of force. So I am also including that I am applying the force in east direction. So in this case, a numerical value and a direction both are required. So these quantities are known as vector quantity. Next term is distance. What is distance? It is basically the total length or path followed by the body. Let's take an example. Let's say some man start moving from point A, reaches at point B, and after B he reaches at point C. So from here to here, A to B and B to C, we can say that this is the path covered by the man. So path covered is AB plus BC. So this is basically distance covered by the man, total path length. Next term is displacement. Displacement is basically shortest distance covered by some body. Let's take example. Some man start moving from A, reaches point B, and after B he reaches at point C. Alright, means from here firstly he go from A to B, then B to C, but he can also travel this distance to reach at C. Alright, he can also travel this distance to reach at C. So this is basically the shortest path covered by him, the shortest path covered. So this is known as a displacement, and displacement can also be calculated by using Pythagoras theorem. So by applying Pythagoras theorem here, we can get AC is equals to AB square plus BC square under root. So this is basically displacement. Now what is the difference between distance and displacement? So as I mentioned here, scalar and vector quantity. So this distance is scalar quantity and displacement is vector quantity, means the requirement of both direction and magnitude. Alright, and there is one more thing, the distance can neither be negative or can never be 0. Can never be 0 or negative. It can be negative or 0. So it is basically the path length covered by the body. It is the shortest distance covered by body, and the distance never decreases with time. Never decreases with time, but the displacement can decreases with the time. I am including time here.